Welcome to Corporal's Corner. Today we're going to make a simple rope bridge, so stick around. I want to go ahead and toss out a quick disclaimer for this video. Go back and check out my videos on anchors and midline loops, as well as the Swiss seat. Practice those over and over again, because it will better prepare you for something like this. The sole purpose behind a rope bridge is to get a large number of people, equipment, or both across an obstacle. Now that obstacle could be a rooftop to rooftop, hilltop to hilltop, or even a body of water. For our rope bridge, we're going to use 150 foot of 11.4 millimeter static rope and 3 carabiners. And for the Swiss seat, we're going to use 20 foot of 8 millimeter rope and 1 carabiner. And lastly, it's not mandatory, but it's highly recommended, is get yourself a good pair of leather gloves. Let's go ahead and pretend that this creek right here is a raging river and we need to cross it. We got a group of between 5 and 10 people. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and determine a crossing point. I'll pick this location right here. Next, I want to pick out 2 anchor points. A near side anchor and a far side anchor. When you're dealing with a fast moving current, what you want to do is grab your most experienced or one of your most experienced swimmers, give them the end of the rope, let them go ahead and swim across and establish your anchor point. Once across, it's time to go ahead and establish the anchor point. Taking your rope, want to go ahead and make a bight. And we want to tie a figure 8 on a bight. So do that, make your bight, fold it in half. Now you have 2 bights, one here, one here. Want to wrap it around. Come back to the front and go back up. There's your figure 8 on a bight. Now grabbing your carabiner, place it inside. The last thing you want to do, tie a double overhand knot on the end. Now placing your anchor, your far side anchor, you want to lock it off anywhere from chest to head height. Okay, the far side anchor has been established, and the guy that swam across, his job now becomes to sit here, monitor the anchor, help others across, and even light a fire if he wants to dry himself out. With our far side anchor already established, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and tie a midline loop. So from your near side anchor, take a few steps forward, about 3 or 4 steps. Go ahead and grab your rope and give it some slack. Now from the rope on that side of my hand, I'm going to wrap around my left hand twice. To tie the alpine butterfly loop, what you want to do is go ahead, grab your middle rope, and I'm going to place it underneath the one on the right. Now grab this one, which was my original, put it over the other 2. Just like that. Now I'm going to wrap it underneath and pull it out this side. Go ahead and dress it up. And then ultimately pull it tight. The loop looks good. Go and grab a carabiner, place it inside just like that. At this point right here, I want to take my rope, I want to go around my tree and pass it back through my carabiner. I'm going to wrap it around about head height. Place it into my carabiner. Close, and then secure your gate. Think about what we're trying to accomplish here. Imagine this is a gigantic ridge line for a shelter, and you got a trucker's hitch. That's basically what we created right here. So what I want to do is I want to go and pull this thing as tight as I can get it. I'm talking try to get it as close to tight rope tight as you can get. And I want to wrap around the tree 3 times. So you can already see the advantage of having 4 or 5 or even 10 people here yanking on the rope. Get that thing extremely tight. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Keep constant tension on it. Wrap around your body. Lean back on it. One more time. Now keeping tension on it, I want to go around the tree 3 times. The more wraps that you put on here, the less tension I have to hold on to. And that makes 3. Now keeping tension on here, we wrapped around 3 times. We have 2 ropes, one with the carabiner going around the tree and one going back to our alpine butterfly loop. Okay, so for here what I want to do is I want to go ahead and tie this off, and I want to cinch it off onto this rope on my carabiner. So to do that, we're going to give it some slack, and we're going to go ahead and tie another figure 8 on a bite. Go around, back to the front, and back through the hole. Now there's some excess slack here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my carabiner inside that loop. I'm going to wrap it around once, pull it tight, and lock it off again to my outside rope. The last thing you want to do is you want to tie a Swiss seat. I won't cover that in this video for lack of time. Go ahead and look at my previous video on a Swiss seat, and you should be good to go. At this point right here, you're good to go. Now, let's talk about two things real quick. Two ways of crossing on this rope. First off is you lay it on top of the rope, run the rope between your chest, you hook in with your carabiner, and you can actually push off with one of your legs while you pull across. There's not a lot of upper body strength being used, but it's a balancing act. The other way is to hook in with your carabiner, lay underneath the rope, cross your legs over on top, and then pull with your arms. This rope right here is about as tight as I'm going to get it. So what I want to do is I want to go and demonstrate how to cross it underneath the rope. So taking my rope, I want to pull it down to my carabiner, hook on, close and lock my gate. Make any final adjustments. You want to pinch or pull anything, go ahead, ease off onto the rope, go underneath, put my legs up on top of the rope and cross them over. Now it's simply hand over hand all the way across. For this one here, I want to go ahead and put my gloves on. I want to cross this river, or rooftop to rooftop, hilltop to hilltop, etc. And I want to do it on top of the rope. So just like last time, close and lock your carabiner. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use my right leg and place it on top of this rope. I'm going to wrap my foot or hook it around the rope. My left leg, I'm going to let it hang as far as I can. I'm going to use that for balance. I'm hooking it on the outside. I place the rope between my chest. Make sure nothing's being pinched or pulled. At this point right here, I can use my hands and pull myself forward. And as I pull myself forward, I can push off with my foot to help propel me forward. Once again, the key is balance. Fully extend your leg. Welcome back, that was good to go. Let's talk about one quick thing. I've seen many configurations of the rope bridge. Some people do it with half hitches on your near side anchor. I tried to show you one that was probably on the safer side, meaning like a 9 or a 10. So research the one that works for you and that you feel is the safest, and then give it a shot. My advice would be check out my videos once again on anchors and midline loops, as well as the Swiss seat. Practice those. Go into a wooded area like this with a real low stream and try it. This right here would be considered an emergency situation. You need to get everybody across for some emergency reason. Otherwise, there's no point in even doing it. You can drive across it or find a spot and hike around it. It's entirely up to you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the last man standing, meaning the last guy next to your near side anchor. He has the unfortunate job of untying everything and then getting his equipment across. What you can do is send your gear across to somebody else, untie everything, and if you have a large carabiner, or if you've made your midline loop large enough, all you got to do is grab onto it, hop in the water, and use the current. Meaning the current will take you downstream. Everybody on the opposite end, meaning your far side anchor, can sit there and go hand over hand and use the current, and it will swing you like a pendulum all the way around to the opposite side. So you have that working for you. Again, research the one that you feel is safest and give it a shot. Thank you for your comments, views, support. Thanks for watching. You got it was have some fun and practice. And I'll catch you next time.